सैयदा फातिमा, मैं वारिस जिना हूँ, ज़ौजाए मुर्तज़ा हूँ, लोगों में फातिमा हूँ। मैं वारिस जिना हूँ, ज़ौजाए मुर्तज़ा हूँ, लोगों में फातिमा हूँ।
दरबार में बताया मैं बिन्ते मुस्तफ़ा हूँ,
लोगों में फातिमा हूँ।
हस्बनल्लाहु निअमल वकील, निअमल मौला व निअमन नसीर। अऊज़ु बिल्लाहि मिनश शैतानिर लईनिर रजीम। बिस्मिल्लाहिर रहमानिर रहीम। अल्हम्दुलिल्लाहि रब्बिल आलमीन, वस्सलातु वस्सलाम अला अशरफिल अंबिया वल मुरसलीन, सय्यदना व मौलाना अबुल क़ासिम मुहम्मद व अला आलिहि तय्यबीन ताहिरीन अल मासूमीन, सीमा बक़ियतुल्लाहिल अज़म, रूही व अरवाहुल आलमीन लहुल फ़िदा। रब्बि इश्रह ली सदरी व यस्सिर ली अमरी वहलुल उक़दतम मिन लिसानी यफ़क़हू क़ौली। All right, back to the subject that we have been discussing. So if you clear your mind from the question and answers and come to the subject at hand, which is enjoyment. And in Arabic, the word is lazzat. Lazzat or enjoyment is something that is inbuilt in our nature. And Allah built it in order to fulfill His promises for us. Meaning that if enjoyment wasn't there, how will Allah fulfill His promises to us? What shape would they come in? Try to imagine this. If lazzat wasn't something that we felt, how would Allah fulfill those promises? He gives us something. To do what with it? He gives us eyes, He gives us blessings, He gives us bounties, He gives us Jannat. What do we do with it? Are we eating to live, to be alive, or are we eating to enjoy? You see, the vessel, the means of Allah's fulfillment of His promises is through lazzat. It comes to fulfill that. Pleasure and joy and happiness is what Allah wants us to experience. This is our wujud and our existence is that. And hence this is the subject that we have. Why is it so important? And how does this lead to building a relationship with Allah? And where is this going? Why should we pay attention to this? My friends, I want us to understand something, right? A lot of times deen has been taught to us in a very superficial way. And because it has been taught in a very shallow way, we think that Allah wanted us to do these certain things, wanted us to reach these certain things, and that is the reason why Allah created us. But when we try to go after those things, we realize that no, these things have nothing to do with the goals of Allah. Prayer and ibadat is just a means to get to the end. It is not the end. Meaning that's not the hadaf, that's not the goal. Prayer is not the goal. Prayer is a means by which we reach the goal. What is that goal? That goal is the fulfillment of our lazzat at the highest level possible. There is infinite amount of lazzat and pleasure, and Allah wants all of us to reach the height of pleasure. And He wants to fulfill His promises by giving this quality, building it in our nature and saying, now I have given you a nature by which I can make you the greatest of all creation, because you have the ability to enjoy my blessings. A dog doesn't have the ability to enjoy Allah's blessings. A cow doesn't have the ability to enjoy Allah's blessings. Allah gives a cow, for example, a instinct and says, go and eat grass. So the cow eats grass. Now, is one grass better than the other? Really, to the cow it's the same thing. I'm eating to live. I'm eating to be alive. You see, he is not taking pleasure in that. He's not eating so that he can take joy and says, wow, this is good grass, man. If it was, then he would be making those choices, right? No, I want to go on that field. Yeah, that grass is, but they don't. Whatever is in front of them, they eat. Whatever is in front of them, they eat. We are not like that. Allah made us differently. He built in us the concept of pleasure. And that pleasure is what makes us make a choice between two. I like that, I don't like this. I just don't eat what's in front of me. I will choose what I want to eat, and I will eat according to this inbuilt nature I have of pleasure. This is what we have that animals don't have. And hence we have the ability to enjoy Allah's blessings. Animals don't have that blessing. Really. You know, if you, let's say, you know, if you have a cat or a dog at home and you bring cat food, you know, and one cat food is, you know, the cheap brand that you might get at Walmart for, I don't know, $1 a can, and then you have the luxurious cat food available at Pet Mart for, let's say, $10 a can. You give that to the cat, the cat is not going to say, you know what, I like that one, not this one, right? It'll eat what you give it. Animals do that. We are not like that. Human beings are not like that. We have the ability to taste, to enjoy things. And this is really important for us to focus on and look at ourselves and say, wow, I have the ability to enjoy. I have this innate ability to seek pleasure and want more pleasure. And hence, this is the subject that we are discussing. And it's really important because it's in our nature. We need to understand our own self first, who we are, and then from there go forward and understand what other things lead to. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. My friends, if we don't realize and understand that Allah wants us to enjoy, no, I'm sorry, I said it wrong, that Allah demands from us to enjoy. He requires that you enjoy. This is what you need to understand first. Allah doesn't just say that, okay, enjoy if you want to enjoy. No, Allah says, I demand that you enjoy. That we be happy. And that life should be a life of pleasure and enjoyment. If we do not understand that, then we truly haven't understood what Allah wants from us. He is demanding, why aren't you enjoying? He's asking that question. Think of it in that way. When you look at Allah and your relationship with Allah, look at it this way, that Allah, what do you want from me? You want me to enjoy, right? Allah is saying, why aren't you enjoying? I want you to enjoy now. Have fun. You see, experiment that with your children, right? And you tell your children, hey, listen, this evening I want you to have fun. Play your Xbox game. And they're tired. No, play more. What's wrong with dad, you know? You see, he will have a whole different view of you. You know, this evening dad has changed. You know, he wants me to have fun. He wants me to enjoy. If you understood Allah wants you to have fun and enjoyment, then you will look at this relationship in a completely different way. You know, then what will happen? The logical conclusion, if you do not accept that, if you don't believe in that, if you don't realize that, the logical conclusion of that is that you will demand from Allah that you want to enjoy. If you don't let your child enjoy, if he knows that you want him to do homework and not enjoy, you'll see then he'll say, well, when should I enjoy? When should I play my games? Isn't that the question that they have of you? If you are telling them to do your homework and that's it? You see, the next question is that, well, then when should I play my games? When should I enjoy? When should I have fun? That's the second question. What happens is that if we don't realize that Allah wants us to have fun, then we want to have fun and we demand it from Allah. Allah, when are we going to enjoy? Because it's in our nature to enjoy. We ask that question whether we like it or not. And then when we ask that question from Allah, this is the problem that we come to. It's like children trying to fight with parents. Same example I gave you. Keep that in mind and let me go forward and try to make us understand this. I think this is a point that, let me just shed a little bit more light on it. Send us salawats. My friends, if we don't realize Allah wants us to be happy, then we demand it from Allah. Allah, I want to be happy. Whenever you have this demand from Allah, this is when your relationship with Allah will start to go sour. You now have a demand. Allah, I did not enjoy, I did not have fun because I was praying and I was fasting and I was doing all these things and I kept myself away from all enjoyment and all happiness and everything just for you, so now you better give me enjoyment. You better be good to me. You see, this entitlement is a disease that religious people have. They feel that now they're entitled to Jannat. You better make me happy now. Allah is saying, but I always wanted you to enjoy. Why didn't you enjoy? Because the Maulanas who came here told me that I have to be away from everything. He says, but, well, you know, at least you have someone to blame, right? But my friends, this is not what Allah wanted you to do. That's not the life He wanted you to lead. He said, enjoy. What do you think I gave these blessings to you for? What do you think I gave all of these things to you for? Didn't I give you enough reasons to enjoy? What were you missing? What did you lack that you did not enjoy? My friends, I want you to now do an experiment with yourself. This is what Imam Hussein did. Imam Hussein did this, and I want you to do it also. List out all the reasons Allah gave you to enjoy, all the blessings He has given you to enjoy and take pleasure from. List those out. Imam Hussein listed them out in Dua Arafat. He listed all the reasons out. Allah, you know, you gave me this, you gave me hands, you gave me fingers, you gave me eyes, you gave me eyelids. You gave me all these things so that I can enjoy each and every one of them. I enjoyed thoroughly. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Everything that you gave me, I enjoyed it. List out all the things that Allah has given you to enjoy. And then ask yourself, why am I not enjoying when I have all these reasons to enjoy? Ask yourself this question, why am I not enjoying? Why am I not taking pleasure and having fun when Allah gave me all these reasons to have fun? You know why? Because here's the thing. Allah, yes, you gave me all these things, but you know what you didn't give me? You didn't give me that. What? What are you talking about? That's it? Just because I didn't give you one thing, but I gave you a million other things to enjoy, just that one thing I didn't give you, you are focusing so much on that you're unable to enjoy the million things I gave you? If I was only taller, you know, if I was 6'4" instead of 5'6", you know, wow. Listen, really, this is the reality of our lives. How many of us are like that? Allah gave us so many things, but that one thing He didn't give. Allah, if you had given me a Mercedes Benz, then yes, I would enjoy. Why? Aren't you happy with the Ford Focus? It still rides. You know, I mean, the issue is that really, how many reasons we have to enjoy, and you know what? Just because we didn't have that one thing, that becomes so big in our life that we end up not enjoying the millions of other things that we have. Is it this Allah's problem, or is this our sickness? Generally, I'm talking about human beings. You have so much to enjoy. Why didn't you enjoy it? I gave you all of these things. I gave you a family. Some people who have family, let's say. I gave you health. I gave you, ability. I gave you knowledge. I gave you so much. In fact, above all of that, I gave you myself. Am I not the best reason for you to enjoy? That I am your God and I'm calling you my servant. Why didn't you enjoy? My friends, really it is our sickness that with all the things that we give, we never enjoy. So how? So now if you don't do that, if you didn't enjoy all these things, then Allah is asking, okay, if I gave you 1,000,000 things you didn't enjoy, you think, and I ask you sincerely, and I ask this question, you think that if Allah gives you one more thing, you'll enjoy that? Allah already gave you 1,000,000 things and you didn't enjoy it. So now what are you looking for? Allah, if I had hurul in. So what makes you so sure that the 1,000,000 things I gave you, you never had the ability to enjoy that? If I give you a hurul in, you will enjoy it. Meaning you never learned how to enjoy. Now if I give you 1,000,000 more things, you will not enjoy. Because my friends, enjoyment itself is like a muscle. You need to build it up. It's like a muscle that you have. If you don't exercise and build up a muscle, it remains small. Your capacity remains small. You need to build up the ability to enjoy. Why am I not happy with the things that I have? Why am I always focused on something that I don't have? And this goes deep into human beings and their misguidance. You know how we are misguided? Is by looking at the things that we don't have, instead of focusing on things that I do have. That's how we are misguided. I'll give an example for that so that you understand this. Send the salawats. Before that, I give the example for that. I just want to make a dua, and you can say Ameen if you want to, right? And inshallah, you understand what I'm saying. Allah, we ask you on this occasion where we are remembering the daughter of your Prophet, on this solemn occasion we make this dua to you, that all those moments in our life that we did not enjoy, and all those blessings that we did not enjoy enough, where we should have enjoyed that, we ask you right now to forgive us for all those moments. My friends, when you don't enjoy Allah's blessing, that is when you should ask for istighfar. Whenever Allah gives you a blessing, you didn't enjoy it, I say, Allah, why didn't I enjoy it? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I did not enjoy it. I know you gave it to me for enjoying it. It's like, for example, I gave you the example. You take your son to Disney World and he's not enjoying it. So your son should say, I'm sorry, you brought me here, you gave me all these things, but I'm not happy. Shouldn't you be saying sorry now for that? Allah, you're giving me all these things to enjoy. If I don't enjoy, I'm sorry for that. I ask you forgiveness. This is the place where forgiveness should be asked for, not enjoying the blessings of Allah that He has given you. Look at this and now I'll tell you how deep is this in the misguidance and how we are misguided because of this point in our life. Human beings are misguided like that, and it started right from the beginning, and I'll give that example to us. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. When we don't enjoy the blessings of Allah, as a natural result, if you don't enjoy the blessings of Allah, the natural result of that is that we will have greed for dunya. It leads to hubbud dunya. Hubbud dunya is a result of us not enjoying the blessings of Allah. When we don't enjoy Allah's blessings, it increases hubbud dunya and the love of dunya and the greed of dunya in ourselves. Why? Because we think that we don't have reasons to enjoy. Not having, my friends, greed is a very strange thing. Greed is about lack, when we lack something. I want you to pay attention to what I'm saying. Let's send a loud salawats. You know, not having, and pay attention very closely to what I'm saying. It's, you know, not having is what destroys us. Fear of not having is what hurts us. And imagining that I will be without something is what breaks us down. Look at ourselves and see these three statements in you. When you don't have something, you see that it starts to destroy you. I don't have it. When you have the fear of not having something, is what breaks you down. Really, it breaks you down. You know, like when you don't have something, you start breaking down. And imagining that I will not have it in the future, that what I have is going to go away from me, is what hurts us, is what breaks us down. Look at this, and I want you to see this. This fear that we have of not having something, losing something, is what shaitan uses to misguide us. Shaitan uses this to misguide us. Lack of something, not having something, or losing what I have. We break down because of that. Imagine you have a house, you are afraid of losing it. You have a family, you are afraid of losing it. You have a life, you're afraid of losing it. Losing, that fear of losing is what is making us break down and disobey Allah and go in search of the greed of dunya and go after it. That fear of losing it. And this is a weakness that we have. Let me read an ayat for that, and then you understand it from there. Allah says in the Quran, Ash-shaytan ya'idukumul faqr. Shaitan, he threatens you with poverty, with the lack of something. He threatens you with that. He comes to you and says, you're going to be without it. You don't have it. When he points to something that you don't have, that's how he threatens you, and we succumb to his threats. He threatens us. Allah says he threatens you. وَيَعْمُرُكُمْ بِالْفَحْشَاءِ. And when he threatens you, then we are ready to do fahsha. Because we succumb to those threats. Why? Because I don't have it. Allah didn't give us everything, right? I mean, he gave us a lot, but he didn't give us everything. So there's something that everyone is going to be missing. Short people are not tall. And tall people are not smart. As, you know, example. You know, men are not women, women are not men. You know, there's something that you're lacking. You don't have everything. There's something that's missing. Allah kept it that way. You know why? Because that is the point that shaitan is going to come and say, hey, listen, don't look at all the things Allah gave you. Look at the things that he didn't give you. Look at those things he didn't give you. And when he threatens you with that, when he makes you think that, then what happens? Oh my God, I don't have that. Or I'm going to lose that. This is how he gets to you. And when he gets to you, then what happens? وَيَأْمُرُكُمْ بِالْفَحْشَاءِ. Now he says, do fahsha. And we are ready. We are ready to do fahsha. Why are we ready to do fahsha? Because we are looking at the things we don't have, instead of the things that we do have. Simple, my friends, isn't it? Allah is making it simplified for us to look at ourselves and say, why are you being misguided? Why do you have hubbud dunya? Why do you have greed of dunya? It's because you are looking at the wrong things. Really, you're looking at the wrong things. Wallahu ya'idukum maghfiratan minhu wa fadlan. You know, and Allah promises you that he is going to forgive you and he is going to give you abundance. On the one hand, Allah is promising something, and the other hand, shaitan is promising something, and Allah is saying, look at the things I've already given you. Don't you think I can give you more? You don't think there's more where this comes from? I gave you life. You don't think there's more that after 60 years is the expiration date? No. After 60, 70 years is not your expiration date. I gave you life and I'm not taking it back. You're living forever. There's more where this comes from. I want to give more now. And that's why Allah is promising you more. But what happens? Shaitan, this is the important point I want to make right here so that we can go forward from here. Shaitan is pointing to that, and that's how he brought down Adam. You know how he brought him down? Well, from that Jannat he was in, he brought him down to earth. It was a, brought down, right? You'd say that it's a decline. It's not equal, it's not higher, it's a decline because he was in Jannat and he ended up on earth. That's like, you're going from a nice neighborhood to a ghetto, It's like, no one's going to say, man, you're going on up, in life. You say, what happened to you? Right? So if you had met Adam walking around on earth after he came there, you'll see, man, what happened to you? You used to be all the way there and you came down here. So it was a decline, man. There's no doubt about that, right? But Allah then mentions the reason. I want you to see this. How shaitan came to Adam and brought him down. Our father. How did he brought down our father? Salawats. He says, Allah says this, right? Now let me read it, it's interesting. فَوَسْوَسَ إِلَيْهِ الشَّيْطَانِ Shaitan whispered to him, he insinuated to him, saying what? قَالَ يَا آدَمْ هَلْ أَدُلَّكَ عَلَى شَجَرَةِ الْقُلْدِ Adam, do you want me to show you eternity? My friends, Allah gave Adam everything, right? He gave him life, He gave him a wife, He gave him Jannat, He gave him everything He's enjoying there. The only thing that wasn't given was eternity. And shaitan says, you know what, let me make you see the only thing that you haven't been given yet, and that is eternity, khuld. You see, Adam, you should have looked at everything you have. Why are you looking at the one thing that you don't have? Shaitan made him look at the one thing that he did not have. And what happened? Subhanallah, finished. He went for it. He succumbed. My friends, looking at the things that we don't have is the reason why we succumb to the greed of dunya, instead of looking at the things that Allah has given us. And if you start to count the things Allah has given us, I mean, we should be enjoying so much. And this is the problem that we have. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. So my question is that if shaitan can bring down Adam, he can bring us down also. How do we protect ourselves? How do we protect ourselves? There's only one way of doing it, my friends. And I want to give you that recipe so that you can take it home and that you can truly look at yourself and then see. My friends, there's only one way of doing it, and that is enjoy Allah's blessings so much. Fill your cup with pleasure to such an extent that you never have to see the things that you don't have. That's the only way. How do you protect yourself from shaitan? How do you protect yourself from misguidance? Enjoy Allah's blessings that He has given you. Allah wanted you to enjoy it. He demands that you enjoy it, and you enjoy it so much that now you are full of pleasure, so that now you are just saying, Allah, I just want to thank you because there's nothing else but thanks that comes from me. This is how you protect yourself. It has nothing to do with haram or dunya. Really, the only reason people go towards haram and dunya is when they cannot enjoy the blessings of Allah. When they don't have the capacity to enjoy Allah's blessings. This is what we need to learn, how to enjoy those blessings Allah has given us. Man, if we can just appreciate those blessings and enjoy them the way it should be. Some people have a very high level of doing that, They don't need much to enjoy. They live in a hut. But you know what? They would just enjoy a scene of a mountain and they will take pleasure from it. And thank Allah for the eyes that He has given to enjoy this blessing. Just a little bit. But how many blessings do we have that we can enjoy and that we are not enjoying? My friend, this is where we need to protect ourselves. That's why lazzat is in our nature. It is what protects us from misguidance. By fulfilling it, people go towards haram only because they are incapable of enjoying what they have. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. My friends, the minute that you start looking at what you don't have and what others have is a minefield that shaitan has made for you. You are walking on a minefield that you can blow up any minute. Do not look at what you don't have. Start looking at what you do have and start enjoying it. Take pleasure from it to such an extent that you're like, Allah, thank you for this. And when you reach that maqam of shukr, when you reach that ability to give thanks from your heart, it's only because then you can say, yes, it is. Allah, I enjoyed it. And that's why when you look at Ahlul Bayt, you will see that they enjoy the suffering. In times of suffering, they enjoy Allah's blessings more than we enjoy it in the time of ease. In the time of ease, we have complaints. And in the time of suffering, they are saying shukr. When Prophet asked Imam Ali to sleep on his bed, saying that there is a chance that you might be killed, what did Ali do? He just fell into sajda and said, Allah, thank you for giving me this chance, for putting me in this danger. Thank you for that. In that state, in that situation where his life is in danger, he is giving shukr. That shukr is coming from his heart. Sincerely, something that I will enjoy doing. I will really enjoy doing this. If we were told that, I won't even go that far, right? Let me just give you an example. We are told to give khums, and we are like making excuses. How do we get out of this? It's not even your income, it's your savings. 1/5 of your savings. God forbid if Allah asks you from your income. It's not an income tax, it's a savings tax. And we have a problem with that. Like, Allah, what is this? Right? Leave alone giving shukr, that's a whole different field altogether. We're like, I'll do sabr on this. Bro, this is really the problem. Look at that. We haven't learned to enjoy Allah's blessings. That's where we need to improve. Learn to enjoy His blessings to such an extent that you can truly then start giving shukr to Allah for everything. That is going to be the protection. When you look at Ahlul Bayt, then you learn that difference. My friends, I think that's it for today. We will stop over here, and I just want to take us, to what we want to remember today. Just a few minutes, so that you can truly see, what is this and the attitude that they have. When you look at Ahlul Bayt, who in whatever times they were in, you see how they made themselves and how they enjoyed every moment of whatever Allah is giving them. Leave alone blessings. If Allah gives them bala, they are enjoying it. Because they understand, Allah, How can we not enjoy when you are the one giving it to me? When you're the one making me go through this? How can I not enjoy this? You want to give me bala. But you know what? There's a shukr that's behind it. You know, a shukr that in Sham-e-Ghariba, when you see Sham-e-Ghariba and you see the house of Fatima being taken away and everyone died, you see, Imam Sajjad, when he was taken out of those burning tents and he was brought onto the ground and he was put there on the ground, he didn't even have energy to stand up. He didn't have the power to even get up. You know what he did? They said that when they brought him out of his tent and they put him on the ground, he went into a sajda of shukr that lasted the whole night. He said, Allah, thank you for this. There's something else. Something that their enjoyment is something. When you look at their enjoyment, it's something else when you see that. And then you really look up to them and say, who are you? What are you that you are going to all of this and you are enjoying it more than we can even imagine to enjoy? What are this? This is where we get that you can say aspiration of looking up to someone. My friends, you know, tonight as we remember Fatima, and in commemorating the Shahadat of Bibi Fatima, just few things I will mention, and inshallah, let us go there and see how this turns out. You know, when they came to Fatima, when they came to the house of Fatima, it is said that they kicked the door. Now, according to history, you know, Fatima, that wasn't the time that she was crushed. Let me tell you when she was crushed. The history, the way it happened was this. They came to the house. They did not respect the door of Fatima. They put fire on that door. Fatima did not complain. You know, she did not complain to Ali. She never ever once mentioned that they burned my door, Ali. You were the husband, what were you doing? She never once complained, not even complained, she didn't even mention it. When they came inside, they came with swords open. You know, when you come with swords open, this is an insult. It is a threat. You know, like for example, if someone comes to you with guns drawn, you feel like, you know, you came to me with guns drawn. They came to her house with swords that were open. But never once did she mention to Ali that, you know, Ali, they came with swords open into our house like that and insulted us. No, she did not complain once. Not ever did she mention this again, right? When she was crushed behind the door, let me tell you how that happened. When they came inside the house, they raided the house, they came inside, they asked, where is Ali? Ali was inside in the room. She told them, no, do not touch Ali, do not go to Ali. I'm making it brief for you so you understand. They came into the courtyard of the house and they asked, where is Ali? And they went inside to bring Ali out. She came to stop them. When she came to stop them, then one person amongst them went towards Fatima. He went towards Fatima, and in the history it's written, he went there kicking her and punching her. Kicking her and punching her until she went and fell on the wall. When she fell on the wall, that's when he took the door and he crushed it on her and kicked the door from behind. When the door was kicked from behind, then she was crushed between the door and the wall. She was crushed between the door and the wall. She felt the pain. She felt the pain. Her eyes, as she fell to the ground, were looking into the eyes of Hassan. Hassan was a small kid. And they were holding his hands, and he was looking helplessly into the eyes of his mother. His whole life, Imam Hassan was traumatized. That crushing of the door broke her ribs. It broke her ribs, a rib cage. And the child that she was pregnant with was killed at that moment. When she went through that, there's a scream that naturally came out of her. The scream that came out of her. But you know what? Even when she went, you know how bad it was? I'll tell you. It is said that when Imam Hussein remembered his mother on Ashura, many times he remembered. One time he remembered his mother, and Imam Hussein started to cry. He broke down, started crying. You know when was that? When he went to get the body of Qasim ibn Hassan. When Qasim ibn Hassan, you know, he was trampled by the horses. When Imam Hussein was picking up his body, what happened was that the bones were disjointed from each other, so they were making noises. Imam Hussein started to cry. They asked him, why are you crying? He said, this is the same sound that when my mother used to go in ruku and sajda, the bones inside her would make. And she would wince in pain. But when Fatima was crushed between the door and the wall, she never once complained to Ali that, Ali, they did this to me. He never once complained to Imam Ali that this is what happened to me. Why weren't you there to help me? She never once said that. But you know what? There was one time when Fatima broke down. There's one time when Fatima broke down. It is said that Fatima was going in the houses of Medina and knocking on their doors in order that they would come towards the help of their wali. They come towards the help of Ali, but they refused to open the doors. They would not even greet her. They would not even say salam to her, and they would just walk by her, ignoring her. Fatima came and she said, Ali, I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of these people. I'm worn out. They walk past me, they don't even give salam. And that one time that she told Imam Ali that, you know, Ali was so helpless. He says, Fatima, you are complaining to me, but I can't do anything because my situation is worse. I give salam to them, but they don't want to respond back to me. My friends, this was Fatima when she was dying. But one time when Imam Ali cried so hard for Fatima was when Imam Ali was giving the ghusl on Fatima. And there was a time when a loud shriek came out of Imam Ali and he broke down crying. The children, Hassan and Hussein, asked him, Father, what happened? He said, your mother was hiding this wound from me, this injury that she had of the rib. She was hiding it from me. She never showed that she was. سيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون يا محمود بحق محمد يا الله بحق علي يا فاطر السماوات بحق فاطمة يا محسن بحق حسن يا قديم الحسن بحق حسين. Give us the tawfiq to be on the right path. Give us the wisdom to understand your guidance. Hasten the reappearance of our Imam. Make us his helper when he comes. Salawat.